I'm using 3 of these home signs that I got from Dollar Tree. And a great way to get those metal hearts off really easily is to use a heat gun or a blow dryer with a scraper tool. And the glue holding the heart onto the sign will melt, and then you're able to just slide that heart right off. And once those hearts were taken off, I just used a sanding block to smooth down all 3 of the signs. Now I'm using some folk art chalk paint in the color white, and I'm just applying this paint on all 3 of the signs. So this did take a few coats, and you do just want to dry each coat in between. And once all the signs are completely covered, you then want to allow the last coat to completely dry before moving on. And once those signs were completely dry, I just flipped them upside down and I put them as close together as possible. And using some jumbo craft sticks, I'm going to be using some adhesive glue. You could also use E6000 with a mixture of hot glue. And I'm just placing those in between each of those signs. Now you could place the craft sticks vertically or horizontally. That is entirely up to you, but just make sure that you have enough to where it feels supported. And go ahead and put those signs aside. And then I got this 1x8 wood from Home Depot, and I cut it down to the size of the width of those 3 signs. And I'm just using that folk art chalk paint in white to cover those up. Allow those to completely dry. So now I'm grabbing that piece with the 3 signs. Again, I'm using that adhesive glue with a mixture of hot glue to apply those 1x8s on the edges of the 3 boards. And once those were glued down, just for some extra support, I did go in with some wood screws underneath. And now you have the beginning of a noodle board. I then got these black handles. These also came from Home Depot. So I'm just placing them on top of those 1x8s and just screwing them in. And I am just loving how this is coming out. So now using my Cricut machine, I did cut out these stencils. This is not my design. I actually got this off of Etsy. I did pay for the design. So I'm just placing my stencil right down, taking off my transfer tape, using a foam dabber. I'm putting a very small amount of Waverly chalk paint in the color ink, and I am just applying this all throughout the opening of that stencil. Again, very important, please put a very small amount of chalk paint or acrylic paint on your dabber when you are using vinyl or any kind of stencil, because if you have too much, it could lead to bleeding and you do not want that to happen. So if you have too much on your dabber, just offload it and then begin to apply the paint. And if you need more, you could always go in with more. So once I had both of those stencils covered, I just peeled the vinyl right off. And how amazing did this come out? I absolutely love it. I am going to seal this with some polyurethane, and there you go, guys. I absolutely loved creating this. I hope this inspires you to create your own. If it did, please be sure to sprinkle the love. Thank you so, so much, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.